Frank, you promoted a lot of big events and certainly been in negotiations for a lot of big ones. Where does this rank in terms of occasions, and just on today, the production and everything that you saw yesterday as well? How do you rank it amongst them all?
Well, we're getting bigger and better each time. I mean, the last 3 events have been huge. I mean, the opening event at the Riyadh Festival was the biggest event I've been involved with. This fight is the biggest fight this century, without a doubt. 4 belts on the line, 2 undefeated heavyweights. It doesn't get any better than that.
Tyson Fury certainly very amped up. Oleksandr Usyk playing it cool as usual. Surprised by anything we saw up there or not particularly?
No, nothing surprises me, even at my age. All I care about is that they're both in the ring on the 17th, because then you're going to see the real deal, the real thing.
Contracts are signed. Are you 100% convinced we see this fight Feb 17? You mentioned about a previous pullout.
Well, the previous pullout was we signed for the contract was due to an injury. Things can happen, but look, everybody wants it. There's a lot of time, a lot of effort gone into it, and I'm convinced it will be okay. God willing, it'll be okay.
Just quickly, I know you're pressed for time. I don't know if you've answered it down there, but Feb 17, when they both get in the ring, what happens?
Get a great fight, and I do believe that Tyson will prevail and bring the 4 belts back to the UK.
Frank Warren, thank you very much.
Frank, I couldn't quite hear you, Frank.
I hope you're in training.
I'm always in training,
Right,
Frank.
because we need you in case anything
I couldn't quite hear what you said about the pay-per-view for this fight. Where do things stand on the platform for him?
I didn't say anything. I said you're here in due course.
Do you know anything about it yet? How close is it to being announced?
When you hear it, it'll be announced.
Frank, obviously we saw it get very heated on stage there, very tense with a face-off. What did you make of that?
What I make of it is there's obviously been a lot of tension because this fight's been called for. It's been off and on for well over a year, and now it's on, and the fight's signed, as we all know. It's been announced officially today, and these guys will be in the ring on the 17th.
Tyson said this is not the toughest test of his career. Do you agree or disagree with that?
Said what?
It's not the toughest fight of his career so far. Do you agree or disagree with that?
Well, look, if Styles make fights, I think he thinks it's going to be an easy fight. When you will find out is on the 17th. I think Tyson wins the fight.
Just in front of here, if you don't mind. Yeah, sorry, Frank, Eamon here with seconds out. It was a spicy press conference. The mind games have started, Frank. For you, who won the mind games?
I didn't really actually look into the mind games. I just know that Tyson's very confident, very, very confident. I think the other guy is confident. Tyson really does think this is his fight, and I believe that his skills will prevail on the night, which is going to be a historical event in Riyadh season.
A lot of talk about this fight in terms of how it plays out, being a battle of physicality over skill. But is that undermining how skillful Tyson Fury actually is?
Look, they're both physical guys, but it's not going to be. You know, Tyson's a great boxer, but what he does, he likes to prove everybody wrong and fight a different way, which he did against Deontay Wilder. You know, he went and out, he punched. He'd do whatever it takes.
I wonder if you were as surprised as I was to hear credible people in the industry commentating and saying that maybe Tyson Fury should retire as opposed to take this fight, Frank.
We will see on the 17th whether they're right or wrong, and I think he'll prove them wrong.
Cheers.
Frank, just some details on sort of the pay-per-view for this and December 23rd. When are we going to hear announcements on that information?
You will hear what's happening on TV in due course.
And also the undercards for this fight. When are we going to hear about?
Same thing. We're working on it as we speak. Well, not as you and I speak, but as we